Hello, welcome.
Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening. I actually ended the music early because we were going to hit a copyright issue.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't expect it to switch to that. Hi, welcome to our Facebook Live, Tea for All Reasons.
We're back.
I'm going to do a sound check because our microphones did not work last month, so I want Molly to confirm that she can hear us through the microphones.
Okay.
So pause. Molly, can you hear us through the microphones?
It sounds fine.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds
normal.
Kind of weird. That's just my headphones are not used to it. It sounds loud enough.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Okay. All right. If anybody says that they can't hear, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you if no one can hear.
Okay. All right. Welcome.
Yeah. It's always the way it is.
It's the same thing every time. And my dad is fixing the tripod that the phone is on. So, because we're in a different configuration this month,
right?
Because you should see what's over here. It's amazing.
You won't believe.
You will not believe your eyes when you see what my mom has set up over here. Anyway, you're at the Tea for All Reasons Facebook Live on Teaware. Mm-hmm. I'm Jen with Tea for All Reasons.
And I'm Marsha with Vintage for All Reasons.
Yep. And we're glad that you could join us. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to show you. And
no baking demo tonight.
Yeah.
Just beautiful things.
Just beautiful china, teapots, teaware.
And some items are for sale.
Yeah. Most is not for sale,
right?
Because it's out of her personal collection. But your mind is gonna be blown. I just can't even, I knew she had all this stuff, but to see it all laid out on the counter like that
and this isn't even all of it.
It's not all of it. It's pretty impressive. It's an impressive collection that I'm gonna inherit.
I know.
Anyway, so welcome. I'm going to look at my notes and pardon my gum. I'm dealing with dry mouth. So, okay. So just a reminder of the website. It's teaforallreasons.com. If you're interested in, tea, and I am going to demo tea later. But this is mostly to focus on teaware, china, teapots, teacups, some mugs, all different kinds, old vintage, fine bone china, porcelain, you name it, it's on the counter over there.
Right.
Anyway, you're at the Tea for All Reasons page, and there is a Tea for All Reasons group on Facebook. It's a private group. All are welcome. You just need to answer a couple questions to be approved into the group. Mm-hmm. And email address. Are you selling anything tonight?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. And some of the items are already in the Etsy shop. Other items I will be adding to the Etsy shop, but you can email me. I'll point out what's for sale, and you can email me, and I can email you more information about them. But I've got price quotes tonight.
Yeah. So anything that we show that I have for sale, it's not on sale, but it's available to buy, you would get at teaforallreasons.com. And for hers, it's going to be vintageforallreasons.etsy.com. And I'll tell Molly to put the links. Hey, Molly,
and also,
can you put both of our shop links? Okay. Both shop links and our emails.
And if you
Yeah.
have any questions about the items that are going to be up for sale tonight for me, from my shop, you can email me at info@vintageforallreasons.com. And we can discuss.
Yeah, and your mic is, I never undid your mute.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully everybody heard
heard off of
through,
yours.
yeah. So my email, if you have any questions, info@tforallreasons.com, and her email is info@vintageforallreasons.com. Her email is the one that you're probably going to want to remember.
Right.
Because of the way she sells her stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So some quick announcements, before we get into it. Advent calendars are available for pre-order. And because my life is off the rails because of my day job, I'm throttling the quantity that I can sell this year because I don't have the extra time to make them. So, if you're thinking about pre-ordering an Advent calendar, you need to do that by the end of this month because I'm no longer going to be taking orders beginning November 1st. So you got 2 weeks to decide if you're going to order an Advent calendar, because I just don't have the time to put together as many calendars as I have done in the past. So,
and explain to anybody who's new watching tonight what you're talking about
in the Advent tea calendar. It's a sample box that has 24 different tea samples in it. They're seasonal holiday blends, and
you get 2 servings, I think, out of
yeah,
each.
most packets will be enough for 2 mugs. It depends on the type of tea.
Right.
Like a bigger, chunkier herbal, you may only get 1 mug.
Right.
If it's a rooibos, you might get 3 or 4 mugs. Yeah, it just depends on the type of tea, but generally speaking, you're going to get 1 to 2 pretty good sized mugs of tea.
And these little samples of tea fit into your Advent calendar slots. If you already have, but even some maybe that you've made or whatever, they're the size of a usual space that you would have to put in your Advent calendar.
Yeah, they're small little packets.
Yeah.
But it's 24 different teas, and the idea is a different tea for every day. They're labeled by the day. And they're in a box that's similar to this. It's bigger than this, but they come in a box that's similar to this. If you go to the website and look at the Advent calendar listing, more information will be there about it.
Do you have any Advent calendars left? The cloth calendars?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so.
But they're not listed on the shop yet.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll keep looking for those.
I do have some fabric at wall calendar things for the tea packets, and I will list those tomorrow.
Okay.
They're from prior years and they're discounted. So I'll make sure to make those listings active tomorrow. I should have done it today. Anyway, so that's on the Advent calendar. So my job, I work for the government and we are shut down, but I'm working because we've got major things going on that the president has asked us to do. So we're doing it. And, it's keeping me really super busy and I'm working long hours, and the tea business on the weekend. And I just don't have there's no spare time.
Yeah.
So that's that. And also because of that, I have put the custom samplers on waitlist indefinitely. Those custom samplers take a lot more time to put together because they're custom.
Right. Can't do them in advance.
I can't. Yeah, that's not something that I can do in advance in any way, shape, or form. And so I have put that listing on waitlist. If you're interested in a custom sampler, go ahead and sign up for the waitlist. If my schedule eases up, then I'll take it off of the waitlist. I don't anticipate that happening, because my actual work is piling up while we're shut down. In the meantime, we're still doing this other thing. And so, it's going to be really interesting when the government reopens. And, I won't say I won't
Okay.
say any more about
No.
that.
Okay.
I do want to say though, don't worry about me not getting paid. I will get paid eventually. God provides, and we're totally fine. I've had some people reach out and ask because they know I work for the government, and we're fine. So you don't need to worry about us. You can be praying for contractors who work with the government because they're not going to get paid. So they're the ones to be concerned about. They're always the first ones I think about when they talk about a government shutdown. But I'm not worried about us, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's it.
Gonna get started.
We'll go on to happier things. My mom's China.
Beautiful things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's mostly her, but there's a little bit of stuff that I brought too, a very little bit of stuff that I brought. And so, we'll tag team when you can
Do a little preview, and then I'm going to talk for a bit before we go to each individual thing. Okay.
There we go. Woo! Woohoo! I'm going to throw away this gum.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead over on the other side? So I'm going to talk a little bit about what you're in for, what we have in store for you. We wanted to. We didn't want to make this like this huge educational event, but I do want to kind of fill you in a little bit about China, because this is about teaware. This is about China that's used for your tea table. And just to give you a little bit of background as to what we have here, we have fine bone china, we have bone china, we have more like pottery. So I'm going to kind of talk about the differences. We've got some glass. And so and I'm going to have to read from my notes because that's just the way it's going to go.
It's a lot of information.
It's a lot of information. But fine bone china actually is very interesting, was introduced around 11 BC. It's a type of porcelain that contains at least 30% bone ash, making it thinner, lighter, and more durable than regular porcelain. In contrast, standard porcelain is heavier, less translucent, and typically lacks the bone ash that gives fine bone china its unique qualities. So we're going to have a selection of both fine bone china and regular bone china. Bone china is, as compared to fine bone china, is a softer, creamier color, and it's made from, I thought this was really interesting, from cow bone ash. So fine bone china is made from bone ash, but this is cow bone ash, so it's different, and it's mixed into a ceramic ingredient. Compared to fine bone china has a softer, creamier color, and due to technical and raw material variations, bone china has a significantly thinner foundation and is much smoother than fine china. The production of bone china was started in the 1800s, and it begins the same way that the fine bone china does, the production does, but because of the bone ash ingredient, the firing temperature is lower when compared to that of fine bone china. So I thought it was really interesting because we talk about tea and the difference in the firing, and that has an impact on the color.
Yeah, and how the tea ends up.
And how the tea ends up, and it's the same thing with china. So what's the difference between china and ceramic? Because we kind of bundle all the words, the porcelain and china and ceramic together. Well, china is a type of porcelain known for its strength, translucency, and elegance, while ceramic is a broader category that includes earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. China refers specifically to a type of fine porcelain that is known for its delicate strength and beauty, while pottery, and this is a good example, is a broader term that encompasses all ceramic items made from clay, earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. So essentially, bottom line, all china is pottery, but not all pottery is china. So,
Right.
interesting, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I also am going to talk about depression glass. We've got a selection of depression glass that I'm going to talk about. We'll get to that in a few minutes. And also wanted to mention about something that's going to come up as we look at a one particular section. And hubby thought this was really interesting and important to kind of share with you the difference between, let's say, something that's manufactured in Stoke-on-Trent that doesn't have the name Royal ahead of it, like Royal Staffordshire or some other companies that have Royal. Royal is something that is bestowed upon a particular company, and it kind of has historical significance for these places, but it's granted the title royal to signify its royal patronage, which means royals have purchased from these companies, or high standards in pottery production. This designation is common among British pottery brands that have a long-standing reputation for excellence. So it's something that's been bestowed upon them for their excellence and their quality. All right.
Okay.
Let's start. I think what we're going to start at this end, and so we're going to move away from the English first, and actually we're going to end up with the English because it's the most that we're going to talk about. But I want to talk about, first of all, these items here that are just so adorable. And they are actually not from a major manufacturer. These are from the artists. An artist has created these. This is another example here. This teapot here is from an artist. And they manufacture their own, and then they distribute them and sell them. And so this cute elephant, this is from Jen's collection, which she has in her on her website. And this is called Elephant Teapot, and it's $55 in her shop. And then this one is the crown, and it is $50 in her shop. Okay. And then she has these adorable mugs. This one is a great one for fall. Again, by an artisan.
So it's a standard mug.
Yep.
But the artist has created she's created the print that is then manufactured on the mug. So, or I don't even know what the process is, but her art has been transferred to the mug. But it's a standard white mug.
Right.
There's nothing fancy about it except for the artwork.
Right. And you'll see these in her shop as well.
Yep.
Okay. So I wanted to just spend a little bit of time to help you understand that there are artisans who are making their own teapots and selling them. And these are good examples of that. Yeah. And I mentioned this one here.
But that one's not for sale.
That one's not for sale. No, this is in my collection. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the depression glass. And depression glass has been available on the market for many, many years, actually almost 100 years, because it started about 1929 and was popular all through the 30s because it was during the Depression era, and it was very inexpensive, and in some cases it was given away. Now, I had heard a story that some of the pieces were in the laundry detergent boxes. I don't know if that's true or not. I never got confirmation on that, but they were very inexpensive, but actually very good quality glass.
Very durable.
Very durable. And all of these pieces were part of my mother's collection. So I've had these quite a while. So I want to show you, I don't want to get rid of this. Okay. So let me show you some of the pieces. These are all for sale, and this is just a collection of 4. It's a variety of 4 pieces of pink. Now, the Depression glass,
Watch out.
the Depression, you've got a cup.
I know.
Okay. The Depression glass has got, comes in many different colors and many different styles. And to be honest with you, I don't remember all of the names of them because there are so many. My mother had books and books and notebooks that she kept a record of them, but some of them are just hard to identify. Like, I'm not even sure what the name of that one is. But anyway, so I have these 4, and I have this single plate that's for sale. I'll come back to tell you a little bit more. And then this pink trio is probably the most beautiful I've ever seen. And it's kind of a floral or a tulip shape. It has the cup and the saucer and the dessert plate. And I have 6 of those that are available for sale. I have 1 single blue plate, 1 single violet plate. I have, these are not for sale, but this is another example. This is another color, the yellow. There's also an amber color, but I have a set of the yellow.
I should have brought the green.
Yeah, there's an emerald green color. There's the ruby red, which is probably our favorite.
Yeah.
The one we use the most. Use it at Christmas or Valentine's. But the ruby, and that's not for sale. And then lastly is this beautiful serving plate. And so let me give you the prices real quick. The blue plate is $5. The violet plate, which is also a little serving plate, is $11. The pink set, the trio sets, the set is $59 for the cup. Let me make this clear. I have 6 of the cups and saucers. The set of 6 cups and saucers is $59. The 6 dessert plates are $30, but if you combine it, it's $89. I'll do $80 for all of them. And you can email me and I can clarify that for you. The odd bread and butter plates, the set of 4 is $18. The single is $6. And then the clear serving plate is $11. So any questions at all about those? And also I have a number of those books that I mentioned, the research books, the resource books on Depression glass. And I can even talk to you about those. All right, so now I also wanted to say that along with, I mean, these are all American styles and manufacturers that I'm talking about. And so one of the vintage manufacturers is Hall. And this is a typical Hall teapot, very heavy pottery, very popular, came out mostly in the 40s and 50s, and even the 60s.
I'll hold it up for you, Dan.
And it comes, Hall had a number of different styles. This is the only Hall one I have at this point.
You can barely see the mark on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's got a nice texture on the side, the fluting there.
Right. It's very, very heavy.
And it is very heavy.
Sturdy.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this is one of my favorite styles here. This is from Homer Laughlin. Now you may be familiar with Homer Laughlin because they manufactured all the Fiesta ware. They still manufacture Fiesta ware. Very popular since the early 50s, all different colors. Well, this is one of my favorites, and this is called Sky Tone. The teapot is not for sale. Neither is the cup and saucer. But I just love these with the beautiful handle. Just giving you an idea what kind of
what's out there.
What's out there. And then, of course, probably the most famous American manufacturer is Lenox. And this is the only piece of Lenox china that I have. And it is just beautiful. It's called Liberty.
It's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Your wedding china.
I meant to bring, I actually took it out of the cabinet
Yeah.
to bring a cup and saucer from my my good china, and I forgot it.
Yeah, but her wedding china is Lenox.
Yeah.
But you can sometimes find these in antique shops.
Oh, yeah.
Thrift stores.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised
yeah.
where you can find all this stuff. Thrift
Right.
stores.
Okay, and then continuing on with what we call American, but actually these are made in China.
China.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to talk about those?
Yep. These are it's extremely, I would say, affordable
Yeah.
and popular and very durable teaware for, like, I would say this is good for every day.
Yeah.
But still very lovely. So it's Grace Teaware. Grace Teaware has a pretty good reputation for quality. It is manufactured in China, but it is porcelain. This actually says fine porcelain. But it's generally dishwasher safe. If it doesn't have the metal rim on it, it's probably microwave safe too. If it's got a gold or silver rim on it, don't put it in the microwave. Yeah, this actually says hand wash only.
Yeah, because of the gold.
Because of the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, after a while, the color would begin to fade.
Well, and I can feel texture where these
yeah.
flowers are painted on the, so a lot of times the pattern is stamped on. In this case, I can feel texture where these flowers are.
Right.
But this, comes as a set, cup and the saucer. I actually have 2 available in the online shop, but I only brought the one of this style. It's the aqua. I can't remember what it's called. You can find the picture in the online store. So that's an example of Grace Teaware. This is as well, also Grace Teaware. It's a really pretty lattice pattern on white. So if you like a simple basic table where everything is white, this is really pretty, but it adds a nice touch with the lattice texture.
Yeah.
Comes as a set. Again, this is dishwasher safe. This is microwave safe. Pretty durable, but still really pretty.
Mm-hmm. How many of those do you have?
I want to say I have 4
Okay.
of these.
All right.
And then another example of Grace Teaware, again with the floral motif. This is part of a set of 4 that is called Victorian Garden, and the other 3 are also floral but different color schemes. But they're going to look very similar. It has the gold rim, and on the handle also Grace, out of China. But they really manufacture lovely teacups and saucers, teapots.
Yeah.
And then there's this pot that's got the, my words.
Eyelet?
It's not eyelet. It's punched.
Yeah.
It's like a punched rim.
Filigree.
Kind of filigree, yeah. I love this teapot.
I
I've thought
too.
about keeping it myself because it's an interesting shape.
Yeah.
And I like white because then you can use color from other things like your linens, and I like white teaware. Also Grace Teaware, it's dishwasher safe. And it's just lovely.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And then the last one I'll show you is this T-for-1, which also has the punched rim, the teacup, the teapot. The mark is on the cup. It's Grace Teaware, again, porcelain, but it's really sturdy. It's thicker, like the cup is thicker than these cups. Probably because it's the base
Right.
for the T-for-1, but that is really lovely. T-for-1, also by Grace Teaware. So don't be afraid to buy china that's out of China.
Right. Especially if it's so beautiful.
It's beautiful, but it is safe. I think what people worry about is it safe? Does it have lead? The folks who import it have to abide by any of the laws of the United States, and so they have testers that test the products, and they're not going to sell something, the reputable sellers of this stuff in the United States are not going to sell something that's not safe.
Right.
So these are perfectly safe to use, and I recommend them.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you do me a favor and go over to the Curio and pick out one of the Jasper Blue
Yes.
Wedgwoods? I forgot to do that. All right. So now we're going to go back to what we were talking about at the very beginning, the English china and pottery. And so just for the sake of movement and what direction we're moving, we're going to start right here. You may be familiar with the classic Brown Betty. You can just set it right there on the corner.
I'll put it right here.
Yeah, the classic Brown Betty teapot. Well, this is not a classic one with a regular lid, although you could, if you had a spare lid, just use it every day. But this is a Brown Betty made by Sadler.
Here, I'll pick it up for you.
And it is heavy duty. It's great for every day. Now, this you'd want to protect and make sure it was okay. It's designed for Christmas, but it is your classic Brown Betty, and these are probably this brand is probably the most popular in England. It's like every kitchen has a Brown Betty in their kitchen. So, and then this is similar to a Brown Betty. It is very similar in design and similar in its makeup, but this one is by Denby. And this is a company that is actually in Stoke-on-Trent, and they make their teapots there. And they have other pieces as well. But I've had this, this was my mother's, and we bought it when we lived in England. And so it has, been in our home or in our family for quite a number of years.
Well, at least 50.
At least 50. And then this is the classic pattern.
Here.
This is the only Spode pattern that I have to show you. The classic Christmas tree from Spode. And interestingly, a lot of the pieces, I have a whole set, and a lot of the pieces came originally from England, and they were not microwave safe or dishwasher safe at all. And actually, some of them we had trouble with the edging would crack a little bit and peel a little bit. So eventually, all the new ones that I bought were the ones that they came out with that were microwave and dishwasher safe. And we use it every single year, and we have for the last 50 years. Mm-hmm. And also, the interesting thing is I heard a story about the fact that the man who designed this, he did it in the English style, whereas he had a Santa on top, whereas he found out later that it was not the tradition for Americans, which we usually have a star on top.
Or an angel.
But he had the Santa on top, and he actually hung gifts on the tree where that's not something we do. There's even a cracker there, one of the Christmas crackers. So anyway, it's very much in the English style, and it's a real favorite. The other thing I want to tell you about Spode is that there was a time that they closed the factory in Stoke-on-Trent and had a lot of this made in Malaysia, but now it's back. My understanding is it's back in Stoke-on-Trent, and they're back to manufacturing there. Okay, now we're going to move to probably what is the premier manufacturer of English china in England, and it's Wedgwood. And just lovely, lovely pieces. This is a Wedgwood teapot, and it's not, the thing about Wedgwood is it's very popular for wedding china. It has, they're famous for their patterns, but they're also very famous for their white, the cream and the pure white.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pure white.
That is pure white. Yeah. But beautiful. You can see that it's not one distinctive style. It's not like you can look at it and say, well, that's Wedgwood. Well, actually, I was able to identify this one pretty easily as Wedgwood because this pattern here is
is the
very
Wedgwood.
typical
Yeah.
of Wedgwood. But they have branched out to others. And then the other famous Wedgwood is the Josiah Wedgwood, more of a kind of a clay look, and with the design here that almost looks like cameo. Jasperware.
Jasperware,
Thank
yeah.
you. And I have a collection of it that again was my mother's, and different colors. They started out with just the blue. They branched out to green and pink and yellow and kind of a terracotta color, black, navy. Yeah, they have all different colors now. But this is a classic Wedgwood.
I think most people think of that
As
Wedgwood. That's the quintessential Wedgwood.
it is, yeah.
When people envision it, I
Right.
think that's what I think of
Yeah.
when I see Wedgwood.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, I don't think of using something like this in a teapot to serve tea. I don't know. It just
I
doesn't-
wouldn't.
No, to me it's just decorative.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Someone asked how many companies make Brown Betty teapots, and which companies?
Well, Sadler for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know if there's another one that makes it.
I don't either.
Yeah. I mean, you could go online and check. You could go on Amazon even. I've seen them available on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a generic shape of a pot.
It's the type of the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there may be other manufacturers, but I would recommend that you go for an authentic, genuine Brown Betty.
Yeah.
So, what was the thing that you told me today about the
Oh, the
crazing?
crazing. So in this other group that I'm on Facebook, someone posted that they had bought a Brown Betty teapot and that there was a card included with it that warned them not to use a tea cozy with the Brown Betty, or it would with that particular Brown Betty, or it would cause crazing in the finish. So whatever process they use to glaze the pot, if you were to put a tea cozy on it, it would cause the glazing to crack. It'll have, not crack, but it'll have crackles in it. It won't be a smooth finish. And so they were warning against using a tea cozy with that particular Brown Betty. I don't know what I don't know what it was.
Never heard that.
Had never
before.
heard that.
But if we hear more, if we get more information, we'll let you know.
Yep.
All right. Now next manufacturer that we're on to is Burley. And many of you know that I have just a love affair with Burley. I don't have a lot of pieces, but I do purchase a lot of pieces for you all. And every time we go to Stoke-on-Trent, we always visit the Burley Pottery. And this is my personal teapot. This is a beautiful piece. It's called Asiatic Pheasants. And so that one is not for sale, but I do have the creamer for sale. And I'll get you a price on that. This is regularly $45. It's $39. And then this one is called Pictorial Britain. And it has just some lovely things, mainly tea related on this one. And again, from Burley. And that is regularly $41 and today is $35. Now, and so I didn't bring a lot of the different Burley pieces. There are a lot of colors that they've branched out to manufacture. They have the blue and white, they have red and white, they have purple and white, black and white, green and white, navy and white. And then they have branched out to some other pieces that don't necessarily have prints on them. And it's all beautiful. Just love it so much. Now, at first glance, you might think that this is Burley. It's very similar to Burley, but it's not. This is actually from Royal Wessex. And it's made by Churchill China, which is made in Stoke-on-Trent, but it's much less expensive and more readily available, I think, in this country in shops. But but it's very similar. And so that's one thing you need to be aware of. But also, the purpose of this is to help you identify pieces and the manufacturers so that you will know at first glance, looking at the label on the bottom or the stamping on the bottom, the value, the true value. And you can do the research, but I'm hoping that from this, tutorial kind of that we're showing you tonight, that you're going to be able to understand that there's Burley, and then there's the Burley lookalike that is not as expensive. And I'm going to give you some other examples of that too.
Okay, on the Brown Betty.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned their Brown Betty was made in England by Adderley Ceramics.
Okay.
And then someone else agreed that they put a tea cozy on their Brown Betty and it did craze.
Really?
It did. It got fine white lines all over.
Interesting.
So
okay.
Be aware if you have a Brown Betty not to use a tea cozy on it.
Okay. Good info.
So
thank you. Thank you for confirming that for us. Okay. Now also along the lines of understanding markings and the value of certain products, this is authentic Cornish blue and white Cornish ware, and it is from Cornwall, and it is manufactured by T.G. Green. I just heard recently that T.G. Green has moved their manufacturing to Stoke-on-Trent. So I'm thrilled because the next time we go, we're going to be able to go to their shop and check them out, maybe their factory. But you'll see, you look at this piece, it looks like blue Cornish ware. The striping is a little bit different, but it's not. It's Home Sweet Home, which means it came from a department store. Now, I liked it because it has tea written on it, and that's why I bought it. But true Cornish ware is higher quality, authentic Cornish ware from Cornwall, and the price will reflect that. This mug was probably £5. So just to see, get the idea that there's a difference. When you at first glance you say, oh, that's blue Cornish ware, but no, it's not. It is slightly different. Now, there are other manufacturers that claim to be blue Cornish ware, and they're not, and they're lovely. And I have a piece. I have a teapot, but it is a lighter blue. All right, now, I just want to show you, this was my birthday gift from hubby. And this is from Danone, and it's fine bone china, made in England. Therefore, it's thinner. It's almost, you can see through it a little bit. And I would not put that in the dishwasher, even though it doesn't have gold. But fine bone china, you don't want to put in the dishwasher. Okay? All right. Now, more blue and white. This,
do the woolies.
I'm finished with the blue. This is from England, and it is manufactured by Johnson Brothers. And this pattern is apple blossom. And I love the edging,
shape of the plate.
the shape of the plate, the kind of squared plate with the gadroon edge there. And this is my personal china, but just wanted to show you an example. And it is transferware, and I'm going to get into transferware here in a minute. All right, also a very popular, and it's amazing how popular this blue willow was all through the 40s and 50s and 60s and beyond. But it's interesting, if you watch a lot of British drama like I do, you'll see blue willow in just about every kitchen. And but there are different types of blue willow. Blue willow is made by Wedgwood. Blue willow is made by other manufacturers too. This one is, it says Willow England, doesn't say a particular manufacturer. I think if we looked up to see what the knot was, that would signify a particular manufacturer. And then this one is made in Burslem, which means it's made at the, and it says Royal Victoria Pottery, Burslem, England. So, and yeah, so that's a different one. Now,
Burslem is a neighborhood of Stoke-on-Trent.
it is, right. And then this one is made in Japan. So if you're picky, as I am, I would prefer to get mine from England. This one is definitely not the same quality. It's not as heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The edge is a lot narrower, a lot thinner. And now some of the Japanese blue willow is really good, especially for every day. But I prefer the English. This was one of my mom's, and she had a mix of all kinds. She collected it. So, all right, now I want to show you. Wanted to get into transferware a little bit, and this one is. Let me move this one over there. Okay, so let's talk about transferware, and this is where a pattern is transferred onto the pot before it's fired, and it's not hand painted. It's transferred on there, and these are some of the popular patterns and manufacturers.
It's almost like a decal.
It's almost
like a decal. Yeah.
This is actually from Royal Staffordshire, made in England, and the pattern is Tonquin, and this little beauty is for sale. And let me see if I can find it.
Are you sure? I didn't bring that?
No, no. No. And it's called Tonquin, and it's for sale for $16.
I have one similar.
Yeah, I think you did. And you brought this
I
one.
brought that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this is called Bristol, and it's by Crown Ducal. I love this one. I love the kind of the scalloped edge on that one.
That's out of my tiny collection.
And then, of course, the beautiful teapot. And this one is actually from Burley, and it's called Victorian Chintz, and it's one of my favorites. The kind of the dark pink.
If I might clarify something,
Mm-hmm.
the transfer was put on after the first firing, but before the second firing.
Okay.
Yeah, before the glazing.
Before the glazing. So
Okay,
the
good.
pot would be fired once to make it hard, and then the transfer artist would do the transfer work with the pot wet so he could slide it around a little bit to get it exactly where it needed to be. Then they'd glaze it and fire it again.
Cool.
So
Okay, wonderful. Thank
there are
you.
actually pictures of that at Burslem.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a cool process.
Yeah, he looks at all of those finer details when we go to the factory. I'm looking at
the China.
At the China. I'm looking what I'm going to buy. Okay, so now this is a very popular pattern. This is called Rose Chintz by Johnson Brothers, and this is part of my collection.
Yeah, I love that one.
I love that. I've been tempted so many times to get a set of this, and I haven't done it. I've resisted. Okay, and then one last piece of the red transferware is this one, and this is called Canterbury. It's by Ridgway from England, and this little one is it's on sale because it has a little bit of a crack in the saucer, and this set is $9. Okay, now before we move any further to the left, we're going to go back here and talk about these. Also from the pottery in Stoke-on-Trent is this adorable teapot, and it's called Woolly Jumpers. It's from the Moorland Pottery.
There you go.
And this pottery is a small-sized pottery, very small. As a matter of fact, the last time we were there, we knocked on the door and there was nobody there, and the gentleman heard our knock. He was down in another part of the building. He heard us, or maybe he saw us on camera, and he came and opened up the door for us and came in. And he was so nice. We had a lovely talk with him, and I told him how disappointed I was that he was no longer making these. And he said, well, if you come back and you have a certain number that you want, just send me an email and I'll have them ready for you when you come. So we haven't done that obviously, but he was very sweet. So he does do them on special order on occasion, but he has mugs and other patterns as well. A lot of them are in black and white, and so yeah.
I want to talk about why it's called woolly jumpers.
Woolly jumpers.
Woolly jumpers. Well, jumpers
are sweaters.
Are sweaters, and so the sheep have on their sweaters. They're woolly sweaters.
Cute.
Very cute.
All right, this one.
All right, and that one is also by Johnson Brothers.
Yeah.
And this one is called Friendly Village. And I do have a collection of a set of this china. I love it. And it's called Friendly Village. They have the winter scenes, kind of different scenes, let's say, different ways of, they're not all just this pattern. They have other different winter scenes. Motifs. And they have other seasons too. And just beautiful. I love them all. And so that's part of my personal. And then this set we've had forever, and it is also this one is from Adams Brothers from England, Adams and Sons, and I love it because it's so versatile. And we have like 18 dinner plates, I think. So Adams is another manufacturer you don't hear as much about, but it's great. It's very similar to the Ironstone that we have. It's actually
much thinner.
It's thinner than Ironstone.
It is thinner than Ironstone, but similar with the color and kind
and
of
the
ridge
ridges.
pattern.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is kind of our focal point for tonight.
And I meant to bring mine, and I totally forgot.
Your Emma Bridgewater?
Yeah.
We're so proud of this piece, especially hubby is. I think it's the very first Emma Bridgewater piece that we bought. And this probably was like 20 years ago. Or more. Yeah, this is in their black toast pattern. And this is a 1-gallon teapot. And somebody may ask if we've ever used it. Well, I used it once, not to make tea, but I actually had a game that it was a tea bag tossing game that we used it for. But it's been on display.
But it is a working pot.
It is a working pot. And the little thing here helps you to balance because it is so heavy.
It's heavy, yeah. I mean, the pot by itself is heavy.
It is.
And then if you add a gallon of tea, that's going to be really heavy.
Really heavy, yeah. And then this is one of my favorites from Emma Bridgewater. It's called the Hearts pattern. Now, Emma Bridgewater, the other thing about them that is different is they hand stamp someone asked me a long time ago, why are their things so expensive? I said, well, they're actually hand painted. They're actually hand stamped. And we actually watched them do the work at the factory, and can testify to the fact that the pots are hand poured and thrown.
Yep.
And
you tried to throw a plate.
I tried to throw a plate, which was interesting. But then we saw the group of women who were all seated at their little cubicles, and they were doing the various patterns where they were stamping onto the pots. So no two pots are the same. They may be similar, but they're not the same. Okay, and they have all different kinds of patterns and colors and seasons. And I recommend you go to their website, emmabridgewater.com, and just check out to see what they have.
They're famous for polka dots.
They are
famous for the polka dots.
Yeah.
But they have so many
They do.
different pots, and you can custom order pots on their website too.
Yes, you can. And that's how I got
That's how you got
yours.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if you're in the group, sorry. I had to cough. If you're in the TFAR Reasons group, the cover photo, or the profile shows the teapot, or it used to.
Yeah, I think
it still does.
Yeah.
trying to remember. But it shows the teapot. It's an Emma Bridgewater, and it says Tea for All Reasons on it in the green. And yeah.
So I had that custom made for Jen for
My
her
birthday?
Yeah. Okay, now remember I mentioned earlier on about the term royal. And so we're going to talk about some of the patterns or some of the manufacturers that use the term royal or are entitled to be using royal. And so let's start with that one that you
This one?
Yeah. This is probably the most famous royal, that along with Royal Albert. This is Royal Doulton. And this
It's beautiful.
Royal Doulton pattern is called Josephine.
Yep.
And we bought that a few years ago in Stoke-on-Trent.
It has a year on it. I was trying to read it, but it's too small for my...
Yeah.
1994.
94, okay.
1994.
Yeah. And, beautiful for the tea service, but also for wedding china or something like that. It's just lovely. And then this pattern over here, this was my mother's actually. It's Royal Doulton, and it's called Clovelly. And for years, I wondered what the significance was of the name Clovelly. I just had no idea until we actually visited Clovelly, which is on the coast of England. Is it Cornwall or Devon?
Devon.
It's in Devon. And I was just so struck by it and so thrilled that I finally understood why this china was named Clovelly. And so there's that.
I've always liked that.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty.
And then the other probably equally famous pattern or manufacturer is Royal Albert. And the teapot is probably their most famous pattern, which is the Old Country Roses.
Yep.
And there's
a tea ball in there.
Yeah. So Old Country Roses, and Old Country Roses has so many different varieties of shapes and sizes and what have you. This is one I liked. And then also by Royal Albert is this pattern, which is called Blossom Time. And we bring it out every spring when the apple blossoms are in bloom, cherry blossoms and what have you. And one thing I wanted to point out about Royal Albert is very often you can recognize the cup shape to be Royal Albert. And they have a very distinctive handle, especially. Some of their handles are a little more curvy than this one, but they're very distinctive. All right, and next, this pattern, beautiful for fall. This is also Royal Doulton, and it's called Winthrop. And this set is actually for sale. It's a set of 4 trios. It has the 4 cups, the 4 saucers, and then the 4 small plates, which can be for cake or sweets. And those are actually in the Etsy shop. Let's see if I can give you a quote on those. The Winthrop is 4 trios, 26 each, or total would be 104. But if you buy all 4, it would be 90. So let me just say, if you decide to go to the Etsy shop and purchase these, I will honor the $90 price. You go ahead and purchase it, and then I will refund you. I will credit you what is due back to you. Okay? And then it would include the extra shipping that they might put on. All right, and then as we're talking about Royal, so that was Royal Doulton. This is just 1 cup from Royal Malvern of dogwood, or maybe it's apple blossom. And then another company, Royal Staffordshire. And these are also in the Etsy shop, and they're $26 for each set. And this is Royal Worcester. This is a demi cup and saucer. Very distinctive. Royal Worcester is very distinctive with their style, their cup, kind of a little more contemporary look.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are Royal Vale. This one is Royal Vale. So you can see that they deserve the royal standards, so to speak, on their name. All right, and then this beautiful, beautiful set. This is from Hammersley. Make sure I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, Hammersley. Beautiful bone china with the gold trim. It's just gorgeous. All right.
Somebody wants to know if you would ever lead a group of interested followers to England.
Yeah, we've been asked that a lot. I don't know. I think our traveling days are kind of slowing down a little bit. So I don't know, but we can certainly give lots of tips.
Hubby's up for it.
Yeah. And if you want some tips on traveling and, all over England and what have you, you can go to our England for All Reasons page and read up on, and also the website, englandforallreasons.com, and you can read up and learn a lot about how to travel over there.
It would be a book.
It would be a book, yeah. All right, now before we get on to this last section here, I did want to point out this beautiful shamrock teapot. This is from Shannon.
You got to turn it so they can see.
Yeah.
It's from Shannon. And then Belique is probably the most famous Irish china, and beautiful, delicate.
Really delicate. It's probably the thinnest china that's out there.
Yeah,
it's very thin.
And let me see if I can show you the marking on the bottom. I want to make sure I've got it up right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's upright.
Yeah, that's the marking on the bottom. But talk about delicate and transparent. That's Belique. All right, now let me show you these first of all. All right, this teapot here is from Crown Dorset.
Yeah, turn it because he's. There we go. Here you go.
Yeah, Crown Dorset with an apple kind of fruit motif.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wonderful.
You can see the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a nice one for the season.
And this is very typical of Crown Dorset. Their the lid, the handle on the lid is very typical of their design. And then this one is from Arthur Wood. And there's some copycats out there that have similar patterns like this, but this is a true Arthur Wood. And again, very typical that they have the gold knob at the top. Yeah, it's a beauty.
Yeah, and it's numbered.
It's numbered, yeah, which is nice.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. And then Jen, if you could give the details on that one.
I don't know. I mean, it's Windsorware by Johnson Brothers. And the pattern is Garden Bouquet. Yeah. This is out of my collection. It was actually my mother-in-law's teapot, and has the other accessories, sugar bowl, creamer, that go with it. So I pulled that out of my china cabinet.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. Okay. Now, let's go on to these because I want to talk about these a little bit. And I want you to notice how similar these are in style. There's one difference. This has gold along the edge, but it doesn't have the gold knob, which is not totally significant, but very similar. Interesting about both of them. This is by Sadler, and this one is called this is called Sophie. This one is valued at least $200 or more. This one, being very similar, is called, what did I say that one was called? It's called Pastimes Fine Bone China, but look where it's made in India. This one is valued at $39. Both beautiful, very similar. You know, at first glance, you would say they're both from Sadler, but they're not. So it always pays to look. I mean, even the artwork, if you look at this.
It's very similar.
And that, very similar. But this one has just gone up in value through the years. I don't even remember what I paid for it back, 20 years ago or so. And I've added some pieces to it, but it's just gone up in value. And this one is kind of I would call it a knockoff. So now you know that how important it is to understand the value. If you don't care about who made it or what the value is, in the long term, then go ahead and get something like this. I bought this because I liked the color. I was drawn to the blue. And I don't even remember where I got it, but that was why I bought it. But this one, because it's so valuable, I don't use it. I display it in the springtime, but then it goes back into storage. I don't want to risk anything happening to it at all. All right, now we're going to move away from English china. We've taken care of all of the English china and pottery and ceramic and what have you. And we're going to look at totally different country. These pieces right here are from Germany. And this milk pitcher, you can see it's very old. It has a chip on the edge and it has a crack. This belonged to my mother's mother. This belonged to my grandmother. So I don't know how she came to own it, but she also had collected a set of the small bread and butter plates and then dessert plates as well. So I've kept those, but those are from Germany and they're very delicate, very lightweight and very delicate. And that's kind of typical of German chinaware because, this is another pattern, very delicate. These are from Bavaria. And very lightweight, very delicate. And these belong to your mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But they live in my china cabinet.
Yeah.
Because they're beautiful.
They are so beautiful. They really are.
And so I have a set of, I want to say 6 of these, and they're all different colors. So there's pink, blue, lavender. I think there's yellow.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's these. No, that set is that. No, these are different colors.
Yeah. Just
but I only bought the pink.
Right.
And then I have a set of 4 of those in the cabinet.
Very nice.
But very thin. You can see that it's translucent. It's got the Bavaria mark on it.
Right. And then I only have one piece of Limoges, one set of Limoges. This is Limoges China. It says Haviland, France, Limoges, and just beautiful, beautiful set. But again, Limoges looks like this a lot of the time, but sometimes it has kind of the more frosty look to it. And you might confuse it with the German china, but Limoges is beautiful, very delicate. And then, not to be minimized in any way, is the china that has come out of Japan.
Right. This one's out of Japan.
That one's out of Japan by Andrea by Sadek, and very popular. This type of set, and quite lovely. And then this set is from Narataki, and it's called Peony. This also belonged to my mother, and this probably dates back to the early 50s, which is when she bought it. And then this, I used to have the set. I gave it to my brother. but I had the extra plates. And this is called Allure from Narataki. Now, I want to say one thing about Narataki China, because this particular pattern, if you go on to eBay or someplace to search for Narataki, you will see different variations of this kind of pattern that you can identify. You just know it's Narataki with the, not necessarily the square shape, which is why I have the plates, because I just love the shape. But different variations, maybe blue or yellow or other colors. Just lovely. And the very nicely delicate teacups and what have you. So don't shy away from buying Narataki by any means. This is actually a very good weight of plate. And I just love it. Also, the other thing is, and this does not have the marking, but you also may find on Narataki, it may say occupied Japan down at the bottom. And there was a lot of china that was manufactured right after the war. And it says occupied Japan, meaning it was after World War II, but before
they were independent.
Before they were really independent. And then they switched back and just had made in Japan, or just, they didn't even put Japan on there. They just had Narataki. So there's nothing wrong with the occupied Japan. It's kind of interesting. And actually, I had some for a while and I sold it, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. And it's just kind of an interesting piece of history to have something from them. What?
I'll show them.
Oh, yeah. So we kind of went crazy through the years, and every time we would go to Emma Bridgewater Pottery, we would add more. And so you can see our collection of the Emma Bridgewater.
Which matches your massive gallon teapot.
That was the start.
Place of honor right there.
Place of honor right at the top, yeah. So that's about it. That was a long.
That's a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
And thanks for your patience. And I hope
I'm going to pass.
I hope you feel like you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post on the questions, and Molly will let us know. And go ahead and email us if you have any questions too. And I think we're going to take a break.
Yes. We're going to take a break. And here, we'll set it here like we normally do.
Okay. All right.
Take a break, and I'll set up for doing the tea demo, and then we'll come back. What time is it?
Yeah.
We'll come back at 8:20.
Okay. All right. So about 5 minutes.
Yep. A little over 5 minutes. We will come back, and I'll do the tea demo. I got to make sure that our music actually plays. I'm trying to turn off the music. There we go. Okay, we're coming back. Dad was on his phone. Mom and I were talking. Miss Molly came in. She's like, "Y'all have a job to do."
We don't get to visit much anymore.
No, not lately.
Not lately.
Okay. So tea demo time, and I brought 6 teas to show, and they have nothing to do with China, except that you put the
them in
teas
China.
in China, exactly.
Yeah.
And these are basic restaurant wear teacups.
Actually,
because they have no markings.
They have no markings, but I bought them at the Royal Dalton Wedgwood factory. So I think they're Royal Dalton.
But they never had. They didn't get a pattern on them.
Oh, wait a minute. Wedgwood.
Oh,
they're Wedgwood.
Okay, Wedgwood, but very plain.
Yeah.
No markings.
They were actually in a bin.
Wow. Okay.
So
yeah.
Let's tell them why. These are technically seconds.
Right.
They have some
kind of flaw,
and the flaw was detected before they were
painted or whatever.
So they went ahead, but they were good enough to sell. So they fired them with the glaze on them and just sell them as whiteware.
Yep.
Yeah. And everyone to search out for bargains.
Right.
I went over to the bin and I just started loading up because they were £1 each.
Oh yeah. I would have loaded up
for
too.
Wedgwood.
Yeah, for Wedgwood. So
Yeah.
yes, that one does have the mark. Yep. But most of them don't.
Most of them don't. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So anyway, that being said, we're gonna make some tea in our Wedgwood seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, I brought 6 different teas to show you, and so I'm just gonna get right to it. So the first one is Tickled Pink for the Cure. It's October.
It is.
And this is the only month that this tea is available, and it is available in the shop. This is Tickled Pink for the Cure. It's a rooibos blend with rose hips, calendula, rose petals, blackberry leaves, almond slices, strawberry and cherry flavoring, and the very cute pink ribbon candy sprinkles in honor of breast cancer awareness. 15% of the sales of the Tickled Pink for the Cure in the month of October goes to the National Breast Cancer Foundation for research into breast cancer.
Right.
And so that is Tickled Pink for the Cure. Next up, we have, this is new to the shop, orange cinnamon chai.
Just sounds wonderful.
It smells really good. Can you smell it? Smell-o-vision.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. This is a green tea. Sorry, I jumped in there. This is a green tea chai with cinnamon, ginger, orange, cardamom, cloves. So it is a chai. It's got all the...
Yeah, you can smell...
You can smell the
chai,
spices.
but it's different.
But it's got that orange essence in it, and it does have orange pieces. Or,
That would be
like orange
great
peel.
if you have a cold.
Yes, I think I'm coming down with a cold, and I'm going to drink some of this.
Yeah,
But
that'd be good.
green tea, chai. Okay. And then next is also a newer tea in the shop. I think I added it this weekend or last weekend. Vanilla pumpkin swirl. Green tea as well with cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, sea buckthorn, pumpkin, marigold petals, vanilla bean.
Yum.
It smells so good. I have not actually tasted this one yet. I've just smelled a lot of it.
That's wonderful.
I haven't been brewing a lot of tea recently because tea takes time.
Which you don't have.
Which I don't have. I should make some tea tomorrow. The next one is pumpkin spice pu'er. So I'm trying to get more pu'er teas in the shop because they're kind of popular right now. Pu'er is the dark tea, and I really like pu'er.
I do too.
It's grown on me. It's got a stronger flavor. Well, I've always liked strong tea, and the pu'er definitely has a stronger flavor. This one's an interesting one. The leaf is bigger.
Yeah, it is.
They've got a bigger leaf. It is a black tea form, pu'er.
Kind of trying to think
style.
what it reminds me of.
It almost reminds me of gunpowder before it's rolled up, but it's not gunpowder.
No.
But it's definitely a larger leaf.
I see the clove in there.
But anyway, that's pumpkin spice Teaware. It's got Teaware style black tea, cinnamon, clove, orange blossom, cardamom, pumpkin, and marigold in it.
Cardamom. Mm-hmm.
Cardamom. Well, we've
Yeah.
got cardamom going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the pumpkin spice Teaware. And then next is a new blend. So you may remember the Royal Wedding blend that my mom created, which I can no longer make because the white tea that was the base for that is no longer available.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, let's use the rest of the blend
Mm-hmm.
and see what we can come up with. And so this is champagne and pearls.
Lovely.
And it's a green and white tea combo with dried raspberries, cocoa husks, hibiscus, rose petals, white chocolate pieces, candy pearls. It does have some silver jimmies in it that are kind of hard to see, but there you go. Maybe you can see them in there. Champagne flavoring. And
I'm excited.
it's really nice. So it's not the Royal Wedding blend, but it's close.
Yeah, it is.
It's very close.
Nice.
And
Good job.
thank you very much.
Yeah, good job.
So that's champagne and pearls. Coming closer, mama. And then to round it out, I brought a basic black tea, Windsor Castle, which is one of my go-tos when I want just a basic black tea.
Right.
This one and the house blend were like when I was buying tea from you, it was Windsor Castle or the house blend.
Right.
And what's great about Windsor Castle is that it's actually a blend of 3 black teas, Assam, Darjeeling, and Ceylon black teas. It has a really nice nutty, it's got kind of a nutty flavor to it.
Yeah.
I always put a sweetener and milk in my when it's a basic black tea, unflavored, I always add milk to it.
Yeah, if you're a purist, this is a great choice. If you don't want a flavored tea,
yeah, Windsor is good.
this is just makes it a little more interesting than just a basic black, like an English breakfast or something. This is just a great choice.
Yeah, and it's nice in the afternoon. It's not as heavy as a breakfast tea.
Right.
So if you want a black tea for your afternoon tea, but you don't want Earl Grey or anything that's got flavor, Windsor Castle is the way to go. It's a great tea. Yeah. So, okay. So now, thanks, Dad, for reminding. I already did the kettle. Yeah. It's hot. I brought it up to the boil while we were on the break. Okay. So now I'm gonna fill the tea sack. Remember, tea sack number 1 is what I use for these demos. And then, so the first one is the tickled pink for the cure. I get a heaping. I do heaping. Others don't do heaping, but I do heaping. 1 cup of perfect tea, spoon. I put it in and I flip it upside down to get it out of there. You got the.
You want me to do it?
You can. You can do the water.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to move the Windsor here and the Teaware here. What am I doing? To keep the black. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Teaware is next for timing. There's a method to my madness. Moving the teas. Okay.
It's like a shell game.
It is a shell game. I should have thought about that when I was putting the teas out, and I didn't even think about it. Okay, so the next one is actually the pumpkin spice Teaware. Again, I like a heaping spoon of tea. It's to your preference, but like I said, I like a strong cup, so I tend to heap my spoons. And remember, strong means more tea, not more time. So don't oversteep. Now, Teaware is, you can go a little longer on Teaware. I think 4 minutes probably on the Teaware. But typically I recommend 3 minutes on a black tea. This is the Windsor Castle black tea. Let's get water in there. We don't want water in there.
Nope.
No water in the tins. Okay, Windsor Castle. Mom's going to put water in there, and then I'm putting the orange cinnamon chai. And you can see all those chunks of the spices that are in there. That one smells so good.
Which one is that?
Orange cinnamon chai.
Oh, yum. Can't wait to try that one.
And the next one is the vanilla pumpkin swirl. And then we'll finish with the champagne and pearls. Since that has white tea in it, we won't steep that quite as long. So the green teas, you don't want to steep for longer than 3 minutes. As we warn you every time, it will get bitter. I can tolerate a bitter black tea, but I cannot tolerate a bitter green tea.
Mm-hmm.
Green tea, when it gets bitter, is just toss it.
Yeah.
It's the worst. All right. So on the champagne and pearls, got a nice piece of strawberry there. All right. I got a problem here. I'm probably going to grab a little more tea because that strawberry took a lot of space. Okay, so this is the white-green combo. So we'll steep that for 2 and we'll check it. Because white tea, you really don't want to steep longer than 2 minutes, but that's a white green tea combo, and it's probably heavier on the green tea than the white tea in the blend, so it can tolerate a little bit more time.
And, we discussed this, I think, last time or maybe the time before, about not being timid about asking if you're in a tea room and you decide to order a green tea or a white tea. Don't be timid about asking them to decant it.
Yep.
They can brew it in the pot, and then if they're using leaves, loose leaves or even the tea sacks, ask them if they would decant it into another teapot so that you can enjoy the whole pot.
Right.
Because otherwise you're only going to really enjoy one cup.
The first cup.
First cup.
Yeah, in particular the green tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So he just gave us the countdown on the rooibos, which he's dealing with the timer, so he's not showing the... All right, so I'm squeezing out with the tea bag squeezer the rooibos Tickle Pink for the Cure. That's a really pretty red.
It is a pretty red.
From that rooibos. And then this is the pumpkin spice Teaware, which is a really nice deep amber color. And then the Windsor Castle, also a good amber color. But you can see the difference between the Teaware and the basic black.
Right.
Excuse me. The Teaware is a little bit darker than the Windsor.
Yep.
And then the orange cinnamon chai, which we've got that nice yellow color that's distinctive with green teas.
Yeah, it's definitely a different color than most chais.
Somebody asked, why do teas go cloudy?
Oh. Well, if you put your tea in the refrigerator to chill it quickly before it has had a chance to cool down on its own, it's going to get cloudy.
Yep.
You can take it out and add some boiling water to it, and it should remove the cloudiness. But the caution is, don't put your tea in the fridge until it is totally cooled down.
It doesn't need to be cold, but it needs to be room temperature.
Room temperature.
Not hot.
No.
Okay, and so that was the vanilla pumpkin swirl green tea, and it's a little darker than the orange cinnamon chai.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the champagne and pearls, and again, that's a green/white tea.
Yep.
And it's got strawberry and raspberry in it, and hibiscus.
Yeah. So
the hibiscus adds a little pink.
Given a little bit of
Yeah.
pink.
If you end up with a spoon that has more hibiscus in it, it'll be more pink.
Right.
Because that hibiscus definitely leaches that pink color out.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
there are the 6 teas
Okay. Well done.
for this time.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it for that. So we'll do the final announcements. And again, TSAC number 1. I do sell these in the shop. These work for mugs as well, but I actually recommend the TSAC number 2 for mugs, because for a mug you're going to want 2 spoons. You can get 2 spoons into a 1, but it works better in a 2. And I am getting low on the 2s. I need to find a new source that's not going to tariff me, because where I have been getting these, I'm going to get hit with tariffs. So I need to find a new source. So I am getting low on the 2. And then the Perfect Cup of Tea spoon, also sell in the shop. I show that every time, but
They're essential.
they are the spoon in particular.
Yeah. Use it all the time.
All the time. Okay, so I wanted to show you. I meant to bring this last time and I totally forgot, but the fall sampler is available, and that label is all jacked up. The fall sampler is available.
Yummy goodness in there.
Yummy goodness in there. It's got 6 teas. You get a ½ ounce of each of these teas: Autumn Harvest Black, Falling Leaves Black, Caramel Apple Crumble Green, Pecan Pumpkin Tart Green, Pumpkin Spice Cheesecake Rooibos, which is delicious.
It is.
And Autumn Spiced Apple Herbal, which is also delicious. Those are in the fall sampler this year. It is available in the shop. And so,
And I believe it's $21.99.
$21.99, I think.
Because I bought one.
wants to know if any of the teas you brewed are going to be in your winter subscription box.
The January subscription box, I don't know. I'm not there yet. That is too far down the road, man. I am literally day by day. My world is so, you guys don't even know. Like, I've tried to explain to mom and dad, and I don't even think that they have a clear understanding of what my day-to-day looks like. It's insanity. And I'm some days it's hour by hour on what gets done. And so I am not thinking about January. I'm barely thinking about October 12th, which is tomorrow.
That's right.
So I'm getting through this hour, and then I'm going to get through the next hour, which gets me home, and then I'm going to sleep, and then I'll deal with tomorrow. So I was reading in Matthew this week, and I got to that part in Matthew 6 where he says, tomorrow will take care of itself.
That's right.
That's where I am.
Yeah. Tomorrow has enough worries.
Tomorrow has enough worries of its
Take on
own.
those worries today.
This is where I am every day. I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm dealing with today. So I have no idea what's going to be in the January box. The October box, which I'm packaging tomorrow. Okay, so the folks who subscribe, your box is probably going out on Tuesday because I'm packaging them tomorrow. The list is at home. I don't know. I don't remember. I've written them on my whiteboard in my office at home. And so it's going to get packaged tomorrow, but I don't remember what I chose for it. So it'll be a surprise, like it is every quarter. So I think the 2 new ones are in, but I honestly don't know. So
your websites again.
my website is TFAR
Oh,
yeah, that's
mine
me.
that's yours. And mine is the Etsy shop. It's
Vintage for all reasons.
vintageforallreasons.etsy.com.
.etsy.com. Yep. You got to have that Etsy in there.
If you want to know how to visit England,
EnglandForAllReasons.com.
Or England for All Reasons Facebook page.
But the website's the better place.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's where all the information is.
Well, he kind of handles the website and I handle the Facebook page. So 2 different things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We're batting 1,000 on the quiz. Straight A student. Okay. So that was the fall sampler. The holiday sampler is now available. The holiday teas are available in the shop. I think I'm ready. I'm not even ready for the holidays, but you guys are, and so I'm trying to be ready for the holidays for you. So the holiday sampler is available in the shop.
Holidays, you mean Columbus Day.
I mean, which is in 2 days. I'm not there yet either.
Columbus Day isn't her problem yet.
It's not my problem. It'll be my problem on Monday. Yeah, okay, so the holiday sampler is available, and the teas in the holiday sampler this year are Candy Cane Kiss black tea, gingerberry green tea, which is,
Lovely.
yeah. Is that your, no, Cranberry Glow is your favorite.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
That's not in there. Snow Globe Herbal, Winter Punch Rooibos, which I meant to order this week and I forgot, but I have some. Santa's Nightcap Rooibos, which is
an eggnog rooibos.
Eggnog is one of my favorites.
Lovely.
And Mélange Noël,
Yes.
which is the classic Christmas blend.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is empty because it's just an example. But the holiday sampler is available. You're going to show it again. It's got the red ribbon as opposed to the fall brown ribbon.
Yep.
Okay, and this one's yours.
Thank you.
Okay, and so I'm adding, so probably I still have some of the tall 3-ounce tins, but tariffs, and so those are going away, and so they're getting replaced with this tin that it probably holds more than 3 ounces, but I'm sticking with the 3-ounce because I don't want to have to adjust the prices.
Yeah.
And so the 3-ounce tin is going to look like this. It's got a shrink band that I'm working on perfecting. I've thrown away a lot of bad shrink bands because you get the heat gun on them and they fly off.
Oh boy.
If you don't hold them the right way. So I'm practicing with the shrink bands, but it'll have a shrink band around it to protect it during shipping. And the label, this was my demo, so that I could figure out the labels. The label is actually bigger, and so you'll be able to read this tiny font better.
You know what I see that I think is a real advantage to this one over the other one? This is stackable.
Stackable.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, because it does have a lip there, and so you can for sure, so this is the 1-ounce size of the same, but it does have a lip, and so yes, stackable.
But the sides stack them up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But this is going to be the new 3-ounce tin, and so I'm giving this 3-ounce tin away tonight since it's my demo. This is not what the final version is going to look like.
The Windsor Castle.
And this is 3 ounces of Windsor Castle.
Awesome.
So this tin is the giveaway, and the keyword is T10, all one word, T10, for the giveaway. And so you will get this exact tin of Windsor Castle, 3 ounces.
Awesome.
For the giveaway. And yeah, we're done.
We're done.
So the next event is November 8th, just a short month. And we're going to do on necessities.
Yeah. So pretty much the same thing.
Same
except
format.
It's going to be, we also call it accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
But, better,
Stuff like this.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Strainers and all sorts of accessories for the tea table.
For the tea table and for
tea.
making, for preparing tea.
Yeah.
So I'll bring all of the stuff that I sell that is the necessity accoutrement. But we'll also show table linens and things for the tea servers, things for the tea table, for preparing and serving tea. So on necessities, the event is created at the page.
Yeah, I saw it already.
Yep. And I'll post a reminder about it in the group tomorrow, like I normally do.
Okay.
So that's November 8th. We hope you can join us. It'll be at 7 p.m. like normal.
Some people are trying to enter T10 and spell check is putting in testing.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I'm sorry that I chose a difficult word that is not a word.
Will mess with.
If
you can take tests.
I will take, if,
Don't worry.
yeah, I will know if it says testing that you mean T10. So I apologize.
You're good.
I was trying to come up with a creative word and I thought, okay, T10, but that's not actually a word. So sorry about the autocorrect. Yeah, autocorrect is changing it. I will accept testing. Just so you know, I will accept that. I think that's it. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging with us. This one was a little bit longer.
It was longer, definitely.
But hopefully it was good information for you to know what you're looking for when you're looking at Teaware.
Right.
And if you have any questions.
Yeah, just don't hesitate to reach out with an email, and we'll be happy to help.
Yep.
All right.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
God bless you. Bye.
Bye.